Hi everyone, welcome to the weekly review of my M1 Finance dividend portfolio. Balance on my account is $121,077. I just noticed there's no cents at the end. That's interesting. It's like never, like, it's so rare that an account balance would just be this way with no cents at the end. That's pretty cool. Great. So whatever was happening in the market, it all just evened out where there's no sense. But whoa, the stock market was wow. Like, talk about dip, talk about crash, talk about, man, the stock market was so painful this week. I just recall logging in and checking my account and just being like, ouch, ouch, ouch. Like, I need to log out because these losses are just, yeah, they're like painful to look at. And I know I shouldn't be checking my account every single day because that's what I do, but I'm always just curious, like, oh, let me just pop in and just see, like, is there even like a slight increase in my portfolio? But whoa, man, these past couple weeks in the stock market has been rough. I mean, really, really rough. So, yeah, I mean, if you look at my portfolio, I'm like so close to being in the 120s and possibly even going below 120, depending on what the market does next week. But I know it's really important to think long term and to get really excited about these dips. But man, it is challenging to look at those dips and just see the portfolio going down. I think for me, if I had $500,000 in this portfolio, I wouldn't care because I'm like, whatever, even if it goes down 50,000, 60,000, whatever, it's still a ton of money. I'm fine. But I think for me, because I'm trying to get this portfolio to 500,000 and I'm so far away from that target, I'm just like, please, stock market, help me to actually accomplish this goal because I cannot do it just based off my income alone. I need you to do some growth in partnership to me aggressively invest in. But okay, I know that was like a little bit of a rant, but whoa, talk about roller coaster. I like threw up several times on this stock market roller coaster, but I didn't get off the ride. I did not get off the ride. I had my seatbelt on. The roller coaster bar was locked in place, but I was definitely thrown up just based off how intense in the red the market was. So let's just go ahead and look at the performance for the past week. So for the past week, the portfolio is down 1.61% or $1,974.68. I have two investments in my portfolio. I have SCHD and VU. So SCHD was down 0.21% or $131.88. So not bad this week for SCHD. It's definitely dipped significantly in the past weeks. But this week in particular, the loss wasn't too bad. And then VU, 3.09% or $1,842.80. I still really believe and love SCHD and VU. So at no point during this roller coaster ride when we took the plunge with these reds did I ever think, oh, I should like sell VU or like, oh, I should sell SCHD. Nope, these are ETFs that I'm literally going to have until I'm 80 years old. So I definitely still believe in them, and I do believe that they are solid ETFs to invest in long term. But boy, oh boy, was it hard to see $1,800 loss with VU. All right, let's go ahead and look at the activity for the past week. So there was two deposits. So on April 16th, I put in $200. And then later that day on April 16th, I put in another $100 for a total of $300 for the week. It all traded and it went to VU and I got 0.63 shares. Now, I always want to be honest and transparent on this channel. I did pull back in terms of how much I put in this week into the market, just because I was just like, oh my gosh, if I put all my money, like I'm not going to have any money because it's all red, it's all losses. So I did pull back this week in terms of what I deposited. So I deposited $300. I could have put in at least, I would say, $500. But that other $200 I took and put $100 of it to my emergency fund. I put the other $100 towards paying down my mortgage, just because I felt like those two other goals I would see direct positive impact versus the stock market, where it's like I put in 300 and I don't know, it's like I never did because it's gone. The balance is lower. Similar to what I talked about last week, where I mentioned a $2,000 deposit that I had originally planned to put in $3,000. What I ended up doing with the extra $1,000, I put $700 towards my mortgage, and then I put $300 towards my emergency fund. So because my mortgage is 6.75 interest, so putting any extra towards my mortgage, that's just like a 6.75 percent return that I'm getting, versus all the losses in the stock market. And then the emergency fund, I am trying to build up my emergency fund, so that's talking about long-term security for myself and my daughter. So I felt like that was a good use of that money, again, versus putting in the stock market and it disappearing. So I definitely have pulled back these past 2 weeks in terms of how I'm going to invest. And honestly, I know now is the time to like put a ton of money in, like put as much money in as possible. I'm getting, the ETFs at a discount, but money's not all math. Money's emotions, right? It is, right? There's like been research that supports that. So yes, I'm still investing, right? I'm still investing aggressively. So it's not like I was going to, for last week, for example, I was going to deposit $3,000 and I put in $500. I still put in $2,000, which is a significant amount of money to put in for a week. So I still feel good that I'm aggressively invested. And then this week, like I said, I could have put in 500, but I put in 300. Like 300 is still a decent amount of money. I didn't put in like $25 when I could have put in $500, right? So I'm still putting decent money towards investing. It's just the extra that I would have invested, I'm putting that to paying down my mortgage more aggressively and to beef up my emergency fund. So the money's still going towards good use that's going to help build wealth and security for myself and my daughter. All right, so that's where we are. Let's go ahead and look at the recap here for the week. So you see, started at $122,751.68. I deposited $300, and then the loss of $1,900 is what brings us to the $121.77. So yeah, that is wow. Yeah, that's a lot of money to lose in a week. And then if we just look at the holding, so definitely the overall gains on the portfolio has dipped significantly. So overall, the portfolio is up $3,982.11, or 3.4%. SCHD is up 3.6%, or $2,197.52. And VU is up 3.18%, or $1,784.59. So I'm happy that the portfolio is still in the green, but it's minimal, right? Like this is a 3.4% in terms of gain, which to me wouldn't do anything for me financially. Like if I lost my job today, this $3,000 or $4,000, let's say approximately, in gains would do absolutely nothing for me. So I'm just really looking forward to the day where this gain is like hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? Like when you do those calculators and they show like, oh, whatever, you put in this amount, and then in 20 years, you'll see that 80% of your values from the gain and not your contribution. I'm like, I'm really looking forward to that day, because right now the cost basis, which is the money that I put in, is the reason why my portfolio is at the balance that it is. As like the stock market hasn't done anything impactful for me so far. So just being honest and transparent. Again, still love SCHD, still love VU, but when I look at investing and how much I've actually made off the stock market, you see it here. I haven't made any money. Like this is not, this is an insignificant amount of money. So just really looking forward to the future, where I will look at the gains and actually feel like, wow, this would have a serious impact in a positive way on my life. But I'm still going to aggressively invest in my portfolio. But the other thing I wanted to mention was that at one point, like VU was up like 8%, and I believe like SCHD might have been like 6% or so. And I remember thinking like, I wonder if I should like put more money into VU than SCHD. But look at this, with the market dip, like SCHD is above VU at this point. So it just shows that you never know which ETF is really going to like pan out, just kind of given the situation or the market conditions that we're in. So I'm glad I didn't rebalance my portfolio or anything like that, because right now the plan is to have this portfolio 50% SCHD and 50% VU. And that's what I am going to do. So as you see here, right now the portfolio is 52%, 52.1% SCHD, and 47.8% VU. So that's it for this week. Definitely looking forward to the day when we're going back into the green. I'm not sure when that will be, just given the war and the Fed not being confident that they're going to reduce interest rates. So I think a lot of people are just nervous and anxious about the future. So the stock market is reacting to that. But so this is where I am this week. I'm just holding on, staying on the roller coaster, and I'll catch you next week. Bye.